Welcome to the Windows File Share Monitor. My name is Darragh Delaney. I'm Head of Technical Services here at NetForge Technologies. So the Windows File Share Monitor allows you to generate an audit trail of file and folder activity. It requires no agents or software on the file servers. You can associate the activity with actual usernames. The information is stored in a long-life database. And you can run it as a virtual appliance, or you can also install it onto a standard server. So let's take a look at the Windows File Share Monitor in action. We are now looking at the web front end of the Windows File Share Monitor. So let's take a look at a couple of scenarios where you might use this particular system. First thing I want to find out is we've got a user on our network and we want to find out what files they have been accessing. So I'm going to go to the modules, the Windows File Share feature, I'm going to search by user. One option I have here is I could select a particular time period. I've been asked to investigate an incident which has happened over the last 24 hours. So I'm just going to run that report. User I'm interested in here is Wendy. I've been asked to look at what this user has been accessing on the network. So let's drill down here on the number of files this user has accessed. Here we now have Wendy's full name, her logon name, what department she's in, the server that she's accessed, the share name, and the documents. In this case here I want to find out when she accessed the price list spreadsheet. So I can then drill down and I can find out here from the details screen exactly when the user accessed this particular file. The next thing I want to do is I want to take a look at our network and do an audit as to if any MP3 files are being shared on our network. So I go to modules, I'm going to go to our Windows File Shares, and I'm going to do a search for particular file names. In my file name field here, I'm just going to put in MP3, and I'm going to take a look and see have we any instances of this activity on our network. Looks like some users are sharing MP3 files, so when I get the username, I click the user button here. So it looks like Sean here in the finance department has been sharing MP3 files on the finance server. And we could do an audit for, if you want to find out, for example, how many Access databases you've got running on the network. It's just a matter of putting in .mdb and run the report. So you can search for any types of files on your network. Next thing I want to do here is I want to take a look at who has accessed the file on the network. So there's a particular file, we want to find out who has accessed it. So I go to modules, Windows File Shares, I'm going to search by file name. In this case, we want to take a look at the salary spreadsheet. So I'm just going to type in part of the file name and run the report. So here's the file that I'm interested in analyzing. It's on the Human Resources Share and it's a salary spreadsheet. So let's drill down and find out what happened here. So it looks like this particular system out on the network has access to file. I'm going to get the username here as well. So Andrea here from the engineering department has accessed the salary spreadsheet, and we can drill down and find out exactly when they did this. So it looks like on the 23rd of the 3rd, 1602, Andrea accessed the salary spreadsheet on the Human Resources Share. The next thing I want to take a look at is we've got a connection to a WAN site. So it's a remote location, we've got a number of users there, and they access the file share server over this WAN connection. There's a lot of traffic on the link and we want to find out what's happening. So we go to modules, go to Windows File Shares, going to go to the advanced reports. I'm going to take a look here at the top clients based on the amount of traffic they're generating on the network. So we click on that and let's run the report. So my detail here when I get back is the systems on the network and the amount of data that they're generating. And this data is as the result of people accessing file shares. So it's not web browsing, it's not anything like that, it's just file share traffic. So I did have the option here to drill down and find out what files make up that. In this case it was about 100 megabytes. And here is a breakdown of the files that were copied across the network resulting in that 100 megabytes of data. So if this 100 megabytes of data flows down a small WAN connection where there's limited bandwidth, it could fill it up quite quickly. So we've got the detail here. Next thing I want to show you here in the Windows File Share Monitor is that you can also do a search for the reports. So for example, if you log on to the system and you want to access or you want to find a particular report, you can just use the report finder here. So for example, I've got a report already set up for doing some network audits. So here they all are listed here. So here's my MP3 file report, and I can just run it. So there's the MP3 search already built in. So I can do a search here for any report on the Windows File Share feature. Finally, I want to take a look at a dashboard here which has been configured to focus on the file share activity on my network. So this particular dashboard here has got the top users on the network generating data via the file shares. We've got what systems they're logging on to. We've got who are the top users out there based on the number of files accessed. We've got all file activity. We've got people here deleting files. So we have a screen here which can be put up in an operations area or maybe within the IT area, which shows who are the users accessing the file shares, who are the top users. It's randomly deleting information. So it's all in one screen. I've also got another feature enabled here which is monitoring web activity at the same time, and the left-hand column shows this. One really useful part of this dashboard is the way we can apply what we call a filter to this dashboard. So in this case here, this particular dashboard is in use by our help desk or our support desk. And users are ringing up and they're complaining that they can't access things, the network is slow, there's a problem with their system. So to aid with the diagnosis, we click Show Filters, and a particular user on the phone at the moment is Wendy. She's complaining that she cannot access, or she's finding it really slow to access file shares on the network. So we just pop in our username, and we save that. So this particular dashboard now is going to update with only information relating to Wendy's logon. So it takes a couple of seconds, and each element within the dashboard will now update to show us only data associated with Wendy. So Wendy here has generated 1.23 gigabytes of file sharing traffic on the network. She's logged on to 3 different systems on the network. She's accessed a whole pile of different documents here. She's also deleted some documents. She's generated a lot of data by accessing the proxy. She's accessed a number of websites, and we can drill down and get more information. So what we have here is an all-in-one view of what this user has done on the network. For a free Windows File Share Monitor trial, please email support@metfordtechnologies.com or alternatively visit our website at www.windowsfilesharemonitor.com. You can install the software, download as an ISO, you can install it as a virtual machine, you can also install it onto standard servers, you can have the whole thing up and running in less than an hour. So if you want to find out what files people are accessing, if you want to address a compliance issue within 1 hour, please visit our website today.